got your rest and digest response, which is your parasympathetic response. You've also got your fight and flight response, which is, your sympathetic response. We know during exercise, generally your sympathetic nervous system is very active. So that's almost like bordering on a fight or flight response, because it's, so what happens during fight or flight is that your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, and your breathing rate goes up to ready you for running or cycling. And also you take the fuel inside your cells, like inside your fat cells, put it into the blood. In your liver, it comes into the blood, because that fuel is then going to go to the muscle to get used. But what happens at the muscle itself, when you're exercising? So this is very interesting, because now they've done some work in rats, and they even look at normal rats versus diabetic rats. So when you at rest, so this curve of this table now shows you there's an insulin column here. So when you give no insulin, when I gave these rats no insulin, so what this is, it's a rat hind limb. It's a preparation. They sacrifice a rat obviously, but it's just the hind limb of the rat, and they can contract that hind limb with a stimulator. They can also the perfusate that goes through the bloodstream. They can put exactly what they need in there. So they'll add insulin, they'll add glucose, and they'll add all the Ringer solution, whatever they need, they'll put into that. Whether it's epinephrine, they can also put in, for instance. So I just want you to look at this part over here. So this is now fed rats. It was insulin in the blood, and then looked at the resting glucose uptake of that hind limb, and you can see about 5.2 units get taken up just at rest. But now when they contract the muscle, it gets increased. It's like 3 units more. So just purely by exercising the muscle, the glucose gets taken up into the muscle. Now that's quite amazing, because it even worked in the diabetic rats. So diabetic rats, you can see when they gave them insulin, it only took up 1.5 units, so it's much less than the healthy rats that's with insulin. So it's about 4 units less. But as soon as you start contracting that leg muscle, it takes up massive amount of glucose, so 6.1. So that is very good. Contracting a muscle is very good for taking glucose into the muscle, and that actually will solve a lot of problems with people that got too much glucose in their blood. Like obviously you think of diabetics, and for people that don't exercise much. When I was lying in bed for 70 days, that's exactly what I need to do, is to contract my muscle.